benefits of cutting down or eliminating alcohol. Tonight's episode. Welcome to the channel. As we just see, the dog drinking. The only thing what you need to survive is water. A dog doesn't need water to socialise. Anything else but water to socialise. Doesn't need alcohol to socialise. A dog doesn't need alcohol to be happy. Water is all a dog needs, and the same for us humans. So why do we drink alcohol? So this video going to break down the reasons why we're drinking alcohol, the risks associated, and the benefits of cutting down or eliminating alcohol. So going to start with the reasons why people, in my opinion, drink alcohol. Obviously, it's associated with socialising and going to the pub, and that. Me myself, it is. I do like. Obviously, say for example, especially if I'm driving somewhere, and I won't want to drink drive, so I'd be drinking, say, water and orange juice. It's not quite the same as having a beer. It does make it a bit more enjoyable. So instead of me cutting out alcohol altogether, I have limits and boundaries in place to prevent me having too much that it cause me any damage, long-term damage to my body. Many people choose not to drink alcohol at all. Respect to them, and that. But if you can control it, make sure you don't break your limits. Alcohol's been around for even before Christ. Grown naturally, from hops and that. So if you put boundaries and limits in place, like I say, you're not going to do yourself any long-term damage. You might wake up with a bit of a pot belly for a day or two, especially as we're getting older. Me now, 44 years of age, and that my metabolism's not quite as fast as it was, say, when I was in me, late teens, early 20s, and that. When I first started drinking as a young teenager, takes you longer to get for your body to get back to normal. The older you get a bit, so I have my own limits and boundaries put in place. Even going back, when I first started keeping fit and that, one of the things why people drink, some people find it difficult to when they're going out and say they're in a pub environment, but to socialise without a drink, whereas I don't, and that, so because you just gotta, but some people do, and that, so what I decided to do, I had put a rule in place. Anyone watching the video who know me when I first started keeping fit, in my mid-20s and that, when I'd could still go to the pub all day, which I used to, especially back then in me, say I was in my 20s and that, and I'd just drink water and cups of tea, anything, even a J2O for a treat and that, until after 6 o'clock. And after 6 o'clock, I'd be allowed a beer then. I used to drink I used to have, my limit was a lot higher back then. When I first had, it was like no more than 6 pints, whereas now it'd be no more than 4, and that's very absolute maximum. But it's rare that I'd even have 4. I'd usually have 2 or 3 pints of beer once or twice a month, and I'll only have them like either the night after I've done a race or on special occasion. 2, 3 or 4 pints of beer, normal strength beer, and that's it. And I might have a pot belly for the next day, and not have quite the same energy, but I'm always all right, you know, a couple of days later, and enjoy the, you know, the feeling of being slightly pissed. Like, and so, and then you know, with the trouble is when you drink, always something comes with it. You know, you always end up craving for fatty foods, like, you know, something like a pizza or a kebab, don't you? So and then you go and sleep on it as well. So you're having 3 negative effects. You know, the empty calories of the beer, the eating that late at night after the beer and going to bed on it, and that, you know, like so, you know, but you've just got to have boundaries in place, and that, you know, and if you'd want to have a beer, put your boundaries in place. Only drink in the evening, don't drink in the day, because the thing is, it's how many people think, oh, just have 1 or 2 in the afternoon, and 3 or 4 hours later they're on the 6th, 7th pint, and then they feel like shit the next day. All the next day, usually say the Sunday's all wasted, just don't go over in bed. You know, so can't expect me to, you know, trying to keep fit and do things like that to myself anymore. I did in my teens and early 20s, you know, and that. Even late 20s a bit, and going in early 30s, I say, you know, but then I'm way more strict now than what I was back then. As you know, I even contemplated on cutting it out completely, but I just, like I say, I don't break me limits, like, because the thing is with alcohol, the damage it does to your brain. How many people have been on a night out and you can't remember half a night the next day? So that's not good, is it? You're killing your brain cells. You're damaging the hippocampus part of the brain, which is for short and long-term memory. It's your memory and that. So especially if you've done something stupid and you can't even remember it and that, and then it damages over excessive drinking. Alcohol damages just about every organ in the body. Mostly the liver. The liver's job is to break down poisonous shit what you're putting in, to detox, because alcohol is a toxin. It's toxic to the liver, to the body. So the liver, when you drink, it tries to break it down and eliminate it. But if you keep pouring alcohol down you over time, eventually your liver's just going to keep scarring over with scar tissue eventually, and you're going to get a fatty, inflamed liver, and eventually you're going to get cirrhosis of the liver. And if your liver's packed in, you're going to die. And that, you know, so it's all about having boundaries, like I say, and they won't do damage to your body. And with that, it all comes about the discipline and the willpower not to do it. So you've got to be disciplined. If you're going to drink, you've got to be very disciplined and strong-minded to not break the limits. Because how many people, including myself, when I was younger, something went wrong, something went wrong, the problem, or say you'd suffered a bereavement, something like that, or anything bad had happened, and you just turn to drink to like hide the pain, because it only does it temporary, and you just feel worse the next day. So you can't. That's sometimes, you know, people turn to alcohol, and then you end up getting addicted to it. because what it does to your brain, it damages the neurotransmitters in the brain, what sends neural signals down the paths. If I want to move my hand now, put my hand up, that's my brain sending neurotransmitters through the paths, sending a signal to my hand to put my hand up. Now, these people, you see their hands shaking and that, because you damage what have had too much alcohol, what addicted to alcohol, alcoholics, because they've damaged the brain receptors, what send the signal through they've damaged the nervous system. So it's not good. I'm only saying as much as I can. I'm not a doctor. I'm not qualified or nothing. I just like to learn about how to look after the body and share it with other people to try and help them, influence them to be happy and healthy like I am. Because being healthy equates to happiness. So you're damaging your brain, you're damaging your liver, and the thing is as well, when you drink, if you drink a lot, especially in, like, say in men, you've got like testosterone, a hormone, and it just goes through the roof. It can with alcohol, a temporary increase of testosterone, so you feel like you want to take on the world. So how many times do you get someone who's not violent and end up in a scrap, having a fight, and end up in the cell, and that because it's all down to alcohol, because it makes you think you can take on the world, and that temporary. Millions of people out there, people who are watching this, who are no friends of mine, who hopefully are watching, and that, the 99% of things have done stupid things in life, where they've lost the driving license. Even myself and that. I'm not, I don't mind talking about it. I've lost my license a couple of times. I have, through drink driving, long time ago now. But I was stupid. I was, just stupid, ashamed of myself. I'd never do it again. So I'd never drive. Lost my license twice. Done things what I regret, what you can't change the past, which were I'm sure I wouldn't have done if I wasn't under the influence of alcohol. So I'm very sorry for my sins, and hopefully the good Lord will forgive me on Judgment Day. And that, for years now I've tried to live my life, as a fit and healthy person, and that stay away from drugs, smoking, and I've got my own boundaries in place for alcohol and that. So but the reason why people do drink, because people, like I say, with the smoking, it's some of it's a bit of peer pressure and that. I've always said it takes a man to stand at a bar on a Saturday night with an orange juice and say he's going home at 10:30, 11 o'clock, which is what I've done many times, and that, because people try to fit in. They think it's being one of the lads. They have to stay out till 2, 3, 4, 5 and stupid times in the morning, because they don't want to be the person who says, right, I'm going in now, lads, innit? I've had enough. People start calling, oh, you're going home, you're this and this and that, calling you, stay out and be a man, in it, and that. It's not being a man at all. You're damaging the body that God, our Creator, gave us. So be your own man. Stand at the bar on a Saturday night with an orange cordial and go home when you're ready. That takes a man with courage to be able to do that. A weak man is still stood at the bar at 4 in the morning, pissed out of his face, because he thinks it's part of, so everything he does, a weak man, everything he does, he has to alcohol has to be part of the day, part of everything he does. Everywhere you go, you have to have alcohol. And that's either got to be through a lack of confidence, or think it's part of being one of the lads. Some people have lack of confidence and they need a beer to socialise. Like I say, the dog doesn't need a beer to socialise. So why should we? So be your own person. Don't think it's part of the culture, especially in this country and that. You know, getting pissed and that. Everything you do. You know, you go and watch a game of football, you have to have a few beers before and get pissed before and after. You even have to have a beer at half time. You know, why can't you just go and enjoy the football? Because if you're mentally strong enough, you'll create your own happiness in your mind and appreciate the moment, appreciate being at the game. You know, so appreciate and enjoy it. You know, so just or there might be, say, anything, a wedding or a funeral. You've got to get pissed up. Everything. You don't have to. And a mentally strong person be their own person and that, and stands at the bar of an orange cordial. So I hope I can help people live life in the right way and be happy and healthy, and cut down. I wouldn't say you've got to eliminate alcohol. It's not like smoking. If you smoke, you either smoke or you don't. You can't have say 2 or 3 fags on a Saturday night, can you? It's not like that smoking. You either smoke or you don't. But with alcohol, you can control it, and then it won't cause you any. If someone said to me, I can't have a beer ever again, it won't bother me. It won't bother me, because I just appreciate that I can get all I need is water out of a tap, something to sleep on, and shelter, a bit of food, and that. That's all I need to be happy, because that's all. A lot of countries haven't got that. A lot of countries haven't even got the water out of the tap. They haven't get up in the morning and walk 10 kilometres with a bucket on top of their head to go and fetch your own water for your day. You know, so all I do is appreciate being able to have fresh, clean water, and anything else in life is a bonus. So, just trying to think, is there anything else I want to talk about with alcohol and the damage it causes? Why people drink? I've covered that. You know, and the boundaries to put in place. So, like I say, if you're going to have a drink, just put your own limits in place, because it'll catch up with you in the end. Not only as you get older, especially men put it on around the beers. You see all these men, you turn 40 and that, and then they've got these big pot bellies, beer bellies on them. It's all 3 empty calories of beer, that is. You know, so if you want to look like that, carry on drinking plenty of alcohol, and then wasting your money on slowly killing yourself. Then you need to sort your life out and that, because you're not going to live to be an old person. Like I said in the other video, you don't know what's in store in life. You want to sit you know, and see the great grandkids running about when you're 90 years old, and cut out the alcohol, or put boundaries in place. Don't let it get to the point where every problem you have and every social gathering what you go to has to include alcohol, because it'll end up taking over your life. You'll become you'll get to the point where you're dependent on it, and when you're not pissed, you'll feel like you're depressed, because you're not drunk. It's going to damage your nervous system, damage your liver, kill your brain cells, make you fat, so you'll feel even more worthless then. So yeah, so like I say, just boundaries in place, and then it's, as I would say in my opinion, it's fine to have alcohol as part of your life. Don't be too hard on yourself. If you do enjoy the odd tipple, to don't be too hard on yourself to cut it, to say, oh, I've got to cut it out of your life completely. Because if you get to the point where you're dependent on it, then you can't have the odd beer. You've got to have, because you won't stick to it. If your body's become dependent on it, and you it's very hard. It's going to be very hard for you to stop drinking altogether. But then you'll have to have stopped altogether. Then you won't be able to just have the odd beer. If you become alcohol dependent, you're going to have to stop altogether. So I think that's just about everything what I wanted to talk about. So with benefits of cutting down or eliminating alcohol. Because if you let it get out of control, you're going to end up damaging your relationships, because it can make people violent, argumentative, and that you say something. How many people have kept quiet about something, and when they've had a beer, it'll come out, and they wake up the next day. It happens to us all. You wake up in the morning and you think, fuck's sake, why have I done that? Why have I said this? You can't even sleep. You don't even have a good night's sleep when you've got a beer. When you've had too much beer, you can't even go into a deep sleep. You keep waking up and that. So your next day's just ruined, isn't it? It's not like you can just wake up in the morning and then it's just it's all just vanished. The fact that you had a load of beer the day before. So yeah, so it's if you don't control it, it's going to make you violent. Can do, depending on what type of person you are. But some people aren't violent. It'll make them violent, because it's making the testosterone go through the roof and thinking it can take on the world. So it's going to make you overweight. It can end up causing violence and destruction to your life. And then the fact that how much is a pint of beer now, the amount of money what it costs as well, where you can spend that money on something else for the goodness of your health. God gave us when God created this. Anyone who don't believe that there's a God, how could we be made so specifically that he put a liver in there to get rid of anything bad what we decide to put in. What amazing creation all each and every one of us are. So appreciate the fact that you've got a liver and look after it. Like I say, we're on about the smoking a couple of weeks ago, and that, appreciate you've got, it's also going to damage your heart as well, and that, it's going to damage you, and you're going to die early if you don't control it, or you can end up doing something stupid you regret. Getting in your car when you didn't plan on to. You think, I'll go to the pub and have one or two and then drive home. 6 pints later, and then because you're not thinking straight, because your willpower weakens when you're pissed, you get in the car and you could drive down the road. You could not only get stopped by police and lose your license, you could run someone over and kill somebody. I mean, imagine that. How would you live with that for the rest of your life if you did that? If you did that as well. you end up in a fight. You're not even a violent person, you end up in a fight doing something stupid. You know, you end up telling a girl you love her when you don't even like her. There's another thing. I've done that before. You know, so stupid things like that. But I'm going to get cut off. It cuts me off at 26 minutes for some reason. So I've just about said everything I wanted to say. So come to the end now of the video, cutting down all emulating alcohol. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you for tuning in. Thomas Muscat, hoping to have an impact on people's lives for the benefits of their health. God bless every one of you. Good night.